Ahead on this primetime edition of Apple Valley News Now, what would it take to get you to vote yes on a new sales tax? We are breaking down a proposal up for debate in Franklin County.
Plus, we've already seen fires in Yakima and the Tri-Cities today, with the danger ramping up into next week.
And with warm weather, we're still seeing a little bit of smoke coming out of that fire in Yakima tonight. We'll talk about fire danger and heat coming up in my First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now, prime time on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner.
And I'm Austin Reed. First up, this week, Franklin County Sheriff Jim Raymond penned a letter to the Board of Commissioners. That's because he says emergency services in the county is in crisis. I spent the day with the sheriff earlier to learn more about what can be done now.
I wrote grants to get all this radio equipment back in 2015. These are not even supported anymore. So in other words, when it goes bad, it's out of warranty.
Franklin County Sheriff Jim Raymond is currently serving his last term as sheriff. He's been in this position for almost a decade. But before he turns over the reins to someone else, he's on a mission to improve 911 dispatch communications.
We had a failing infrastructure in this county, VHF, and we did not have enough radio towers in order to, make sure that all of our public safety workers had the ability to communicate on radios.
So his idea now includes asking voters to approve a new tax. One plan is the E911 tax. It would bring in 1 cent per $10 purchases. The other tax is the communications tax. It would bring in 2 cents per $10 purchases. He wants to put it on the upcoming ballot in November, but Raymond says commissioners are telling him no, even though he's been telling them to do something since 2015.
Recently, our own commissioner, one of our commissioners, stated that he wasn't even going to let it go to the voters, which is, why would you not, as a voter, want to decide what you want for your public safety as far as communications and 911 goes? Either they vote and it passes, or either they vote and it fails.
Nearby Kittitas County passed this same initiative just last month as voters approved the plan there, with 63% of voters saying yes. Raymond tells me the 911 infrastructure is in decline. It's beyond repairable. Rural areas of the county are suffering from dead zones. He's also worried about an inevitable system failure.
When that catastrophic event or that critical incident occurs, how are your first responders are going to respond to those things?
Before I left for the day, Raymond showed me this large room inside the sheriff's office headquarters in Pasco. This is where a new dispatch center would go. But again, it all depends on commissioners first, then voters second.
And so the only thing that's next is you got to find funding and you got to get this done. It's now critical. It isn't, let's talk about it, we'll look at it next year or the following year. Our actions are now putting our public safety workers at risk.
Now, the current funding for 911 from user agencies only funds basic services. The sheriff's office says they will soon be seeking feedback and input on specific needs and priorities. So, of course, stay with Apple Valley News Now on air and online for updates.
All right, take a look at this. A large fire sparked in the area between Broadmoor Boulevard and I-182 just before noon today. Pasco police shut down St. Thomas Drive so that fire crews from Pasco Fire and Franklin County Fire District 3 would have room to work. And we know anytime you have a big fire like this close to major roads, smoke becomes a concern. It can make it hard for drivers to see. Fortunately, this afternoon, no reports of any crashes around that fire. They were able to get it under control fairly quickly. Now, wildfire in the area of Yakima Sportsman State Park prompted level 3 go now evacuations earlier this morning. This fire grew to more than 50 acres within just a couple of hours. It's still smoldering tonight. Take a look. This is video from earlier today. It was big enough we could see the smoke from our camera up on Autanum Ridge. And if you look closely here at the bottom of the screen, you can see the helicopters in there working to get water on that fire. Pacific Power, we know, also de-energized power lines in the area of this fire. That left thousands of people without power, many businesses forced to close as the temperatures were rising. That's something we're expecting to continue to see as we get into the weekend.
Yeah, high fire danger, Stacy.
That's right. And as we take a look tonight, I saw lots of boats out. People are going to be hauling boats and other utility vehicles around. Make sure you have secured chains. Those can cause sparks on the ground and start a wildfire just like that. The river might be the place to be tonight. Still 90 degrees outside. Humidity very low, 16%, and it may drop as low as 13% over the weekend. Winds have picked up slightly to 3 miles per hour. Our sunset, well, 8:52. We do have a fire weather watch for the entire viewing area pretty much on Saturday night into Sunday. Sunday 1 to 8 for sure, with those strong gusty winds and low humidity. Fire danger very, very high this weekend. Overnight lows dropping down to 58, so we'll get a little bit of a cool down, a little relief and comfortable sleeping temps. If you're heading out to cool desert nights tomorrow, check out these temperatures. Be prepared for nice hot asphalt outside, so you definitely want to stay hydrated and be ready for a hot day out there. So nice warm evening, temperatures near 100 tomorrow, extreme fire danger for the weekend, and we have a cool down coming next week. I'll tell you all about it coming up in my first alert full weather forecast. Austin, Alyssa.
All right, Stacy, we'll see you soon. As we are getting into the fire season and the height of wildfires, there's concern that we may see a shortage of wildland firefighters.
And this is already a concern in California. They've already seen their first big fires of the year. Julia Vargas Jones talked to some of those firefighters.
Line's looking good. Line's looking good.
Wildland firefighters, dedicated to protecting the Southern California National Forest from a potential blaze through a prescribed burn, clearing brush, grass, and fallen tree branches that could serve as fuel for wildfires.
They're not your average city, county firefighter.
Right now, we are wildland firefighters, federal firefighters. We train in wildland. We're training how to hike up hills, to hump hose up the hill to put a wildfire out.
Some wildland crews can be self-sufficient for up to 14 days with no water.
If we can get water, cool, but most of the time we'll be out in fires with no water, no help, just us.
It's grueling work, and thanks in part to climate change, no longer seasonal.
After 14 days we come back, they give us 3 days off, and then after those 3 days off, we're already being sent up north again, or out of state, or even Alaska, or even Canada. We just have fires all year.
Burnout and low pay compared to cost of living are contributing to a concerning statistic. Nationwide, about 25% of wildland firefighting jobs remain vacant, and in some more remote areas, vacancies can hit up to 40%. In California, home to some of the most expensive housing markets in the country, Fire Chief Mark Gurley says he can't blame his workers for leaving for other fire departments.
With some of the other agencies, we're never going to be able to compete. That's just a given.
Why not?
Because we don't pay as much. I think we can be successful at getting ourselves and getting our folks to a level to where they can have a good life and be able to raise a family and buy a home. That's what we need to be able to do.
Even here in Southern California?
No comment.
The federal government implemented a temporary pay bump of $20,000 last year, but that could run out in September. Chief Gurley says a permanent fix is needed.
When we're out of fire season, then we turn into fuel season, so the work doesn't stop. So that's where we found challenges is maintaining good morale and motivation.
Julia Vargas Jones, Los Padres National Forest, California.
And FEMA is once again raising the alarm about disaster relief funding. It is already shaping up to be a busy and expensive year for natural disasters, with Texas now dealing with even more flooding and wind damage from Tropical Storm Alberto. Last month, NOAA released its predictions for what they are calling an above normal and potentially historic 2024 Atlantic hurricane season.
Forecast for named storms, hurricanes, and major hurricanes is the highest NOAA has ever issued for the May outlook.
That could be especially bad news for Florida, which is packed with expensive real estate. Florida's 2 senators sent a letter to FEMA asking about access to disaster relief money to pay for things like debris removal, repair, and restoration of damaged public infrastructure and hazard mitigation. FEMA's latest monthly report from before the deadly wildfires in New Mexico predicts they will be running short by more than $1.7 billion by August and more than $6.8 billion by September.
Well, we're talking about dangerous fire weather here in our area this weekend and into next week. Stacey Lee's talked about that coming up in your first alert forecast.
And the heat this evening isn't stopping the cool desert nights car show. We're going to hear from some of the enthusiasts gathered in Richland tonight. That's next.
It's a celebration of cab this summer in Walla Walla. Take part in special tastings of rare library wines, enjoy intimate winemaker dinners, and gain access to premium cabs during the wine panel presentation and tasting. Tickets are on sale now at wallawallawine.com.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night, tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points. The Tempur-Adapt features innovative technology, so you get deep, undisturbed rest all night long.
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Why is my internet slow?
There's only 16 devices connected.
I'm so over this. My cable internet bill just increased again.
My upload speed is so bad, I can't even run a stream without buffering.
Defeat cable lag. Switch to Ziply Fiber, America's fastest home internet. 25 times faster uploads. $65 less a month than cable. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply.
If you think a little change in dinner plans would bother Dee Dee,
then you'd be wrong. Let's roll, guys. Good. Hey, split up.
Yep, when it comes to dining out, Dee Dee knows how to roll. From all you can eat to the best burger this side of Mount Adams, Mexican food, pizza, or Asian fusion, it's always fine at Legends. Legends Casino Hotel, because fun is how we roll.
Here's to feeling at home on mountain trails, playing by the river all day, exploring your favorite off-beaten paths and terrains, or simply savoring your favorite foods. Here's to Subaru season. Experience all our hometown summers have to offer with the new Subaru Outback from McCurley Subaru. Your way home.
Get a new Subaru Outback from McCurley Subaru today with 2.9% financing.
Tastes so good. Oh my God.
HelloFresh has made my life so much easier.
They just have the most amazing recipes delivered right to your door.
I love the fact that they always send me something different that I never would have made.
Wide variety of pre-portioned ingredients that help make sure you don't waste money on excess food, saving you time and stress.
Affordable, really, really good and flavorful.
This meal was absolutely delicious.
Go to HelloFresh.com/appetizers and use code appetizers to claim this offer.
Heart disease is the #1 killer of men. Good food choices like making fruits and veggies half your dinner plate can help keep you well. More at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
It's a celebration of cab this summer in Walla Walla. Take part in special tastings of rare library wines, enjoy intimate winemaker dinners, and gain access to premium cabs during the wine panel presentation and tasting. Tickets are on sale now at wallawallawine.com.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
All right, Cool Desert Nights famous car cruise returned to Richland tonight. So many different classic, new, and all kind of cars taking part in the Cool Desert Nights cruise. This video is from just about an hour ago. Lots of people lining up all over George Washington Way to watch them cruise down the town. We talked to a couple of the car enthusiasts who were getting ready to be in the cruise.
See quite a variety of vehicles, and I like that. Just you see anything and everything here. It's pretty cool. This car is a preservation, not a restoration. It is mostly original. I've owned it since 1976.
This has been in my family for almost 50 years. Yeah, since new in 71. My grandparents bought it together.
Yeah, it's the first thing that my folks bought when they got married in 1971, and they bought it in Phoenix, Arizona. My dad was going to college in Phoenix, and they would drive this back and forth from Walla Walla, Washington to Phoenix. And thinking about that now, it must have been a nice drive with all those open roads. And now these kids, they're taking over, and they're going to take it to car shows, and they're going to have some fun with it.
What great stories. The fun continues tomorrow. We have a full list of events over on our website as well. Just go to AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Everybody loves a good car show. It's also a great night out there for some Dust Devil baseball. The boys on the field right now. They've been playing through the heat. It's still a warm night. Good thing we have shade out there, 90 degrees, so feels much better in the shade. Winds are light tonight, 3 miles per hour. Our humidity is low. Keep track of that because that low humidity and some winds coming our way later into the weekend are going to elevate fire danger all through our region. So be fire wise this weekend. Temperatures elsewhere around the area still very warm. We're in the 80s for Pendleton and Walla Walla. We're still in the 80s, close to 90 in Toppenish, Ellensburg at 82. So warm all through the area. And that's thanks to this ridge of high pressure that's been building in, sitting right on top of us. That is going to keep us high, dry, and hot tomorrow. But we have a lower level system coming down from British Columbia. That's going to bring cooler air, especially to the northern portion of the state. And it's going to bring cooler temperatures to our area beginning Sunday. And also, along with that comes those strong gusty winds as the pressure gradients tighten together. Increasing clouds and mild tonight. We're in the 50s and 60s all through the area. Upper 50s overnight in the foothills of the Blues as well as the Tri-Cities. Low 60s for Toppenish Prosser. Upper 50s for the Kittitas Valley. Let's take a look at our highs tomorrow. It's going to be a hot one. We're saying 98. There's a very 20 to 30% chance we could actually get a little hotter than that, hit 100 degrees in the Columbia Basin. We're going to be in those mid to upper 90s here in the foothills and the low to mid 90s in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley, so very warm. Let's look at some temps tomorrow. If you're heading out planning your day, you'll start off fairly early in the morning in the 60s, but we quickly climb to the 80s by 10 in the morning. You'll be hitting the 90-degree temps by early afternoon. Yakima hitting the 80s by 10 a.m., be 90 degrees by 1 o'clock there. Taking a peek at the temps in Hermiston, staying pretty cool, pretty warm though at 8 o'clock, 73, 82 by 10 and 90 degrees by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, excuse me. We'll see 82 by 10 a.m. in Walla Walla, also hitting 90 degrees by 1 o'clock. So plan your day according to those charts because it's going to be a hot one. Get out, walk the dogs early. Make sure you're staying extra hydrated, drink lots of water, especially the little ones. Make sure they're drinking enough. Plus find some shade if you work outdoors and check on your elderly neighbors. Fire weather watch in place for the weekend. Like we said, those winds are going to start picking up late Saturday into Sunday. So therefore we have fire watch all through our area. Winds anywhere from 15 to 25 miles an hour, gusting up to 40 miles an hour. Again, wildfire safety tips. Follow these items on our list. Keep those vehicles off dry vegetation. And again, if you're hauling a boat or a trailer, make sure those chains are secure. Also, take a peek at tonight's strawberry full moon. It's out there. It's a great night for viewing that. So overall, we're looking at a pretty good forecast. Let's take a look at our 7-day planner out the door. Again, those breezy, windy conditions beginning Saturday night into Sunday. Monday, big cool down, and then look at that. We'll have temperatures just slightly above the average into the later part of next week. Walla Walla, very windy. Again, a little closer to the foothills of the Blues. Fire danger high in that region. 82 though, and comfortable on Monday, but back to 90 by Tuesday. So once again, the takeaway here is to be fire wise, stay hydrated, wear your sunscreen, and just be safe going out this weekend. Austin, Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacy. Well, up next on Apple Valley News Now, Eastern Washington is about to be in the spotlight on cops. But that plan is sparking some controversy. Coming up, why the Spokane County Sheriff says he's okay with letting the cameras come along.
Your dream kitchen starts at Floor & Home. Custom countertops handmade for you. This month only, custom select quartz counters start at $52.99 a square foot. You dream, we install. Love the home you live in.
Researching childhood vaccines often feels like this.
When T lymphocytes recognize antigens,
they are lying to us. Vaccines are just another plot to make money.
The most important thing parents should know about vaccines is...
Accept my cookies. Sign up for the newsletter. Sorry, you've reached your free article limit.
There's a simpler way to get answers. Visit vaccinesmartwa.org.
No matter what roads lead you home, McCurley Mazda is about to make your journey even better. Whether it's cruising riverside highways, winding vineyard trails, or anywhere else your travels take you, now is the perfect time to upgrade your way home. Visit McCurley and the Pasco Autoplex today for this special offer.
Find your way home in a new 2024 Mazda CX-5 with 0% financing up to 60 months from McCurley Mazda.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I? Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms. Take action with our Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. Try it today for only $14.95 plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important?
Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
This shortcut saves 2 hours easy. Please,
dude. No, of course not.
Not again.
Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
At the Pacific Clinic, we understand the juggle of parenthood. That's why the PC is your one-stop shop for all your health, sports, and medical needs. Schedule your appointments around your favorite group fitness classes and use our on-site childcare services.
From women's health to care for your little ones, we practice a comprehensive approach to keep your family feeling great.
With our quick and convenient scheduling, we'll get you in within the same week, often the next day. Call us today at 509-783-5465.
When you call, they get to work. Machine cut, hand sanded, and custom crafted to order. You dream, we cut and install. Love the home you live in.
Welcome back. Many law enforcement agencies across Washington have been struggling in the past few years to recruit new officers. Spokane County has taken some unusual steps in the past, like taking out a billboard in New York's Times Square. And now the sheriff says he's bringing the TV show Cops back to Eastern Washington. Jordan Smith sat down with the sheriff to talk about that decision.
This is recruiting getting nationwide exposure to our agency that we're getting for free.
The return of one of the longest-running shows in TV history to Spokane County might give the Sheriff's Department the edge they're looking for in recruitment.
Many times we heard, oh, well, I first started seeing things about the Spokane County Sheriff's Office when I saw your episodes on Cops.
Camera crews will ride along with the Sheriff's deputies for 8 weeks in the heat of summer. The show hoping to capture the action-packed moments of policing that have gripped viewers for 3 decades. I asked about the concerns of the show potentially overselling the amount of crime happening in Spokane County and overrepresenting minorities as the people committing them.
I don't know that anybody ever presented any data that supported those assertions. Some people view it as, well, it's showing our citizens at their worst, or it's, maybe disparaging. But my counter to that would be, it's real.
Sheriff Knowles says he believes it's not much different than how traditional media outlets showcase crime within communities, and says this is an opportunity to get more deputies to Spokane.
That was Jordan Smith reporting. Now, the county will not be receiving any money for hosting Cops this summer. Here in the Tri-Cities, local police worked with us to make sure that a very young victim of a crime got moving again. That's next on Apple Valley News Now.
Newscasts anytime with Apple Valley Plus on Roku, Apple Fire, and smart TVs.
If you're injured on the job, you need an experienced workers' comp attorney.
Workers' compensation is complex. It has its own laws, doctors, courts, and judges.
For years as an assistant attorney general, I represented labor and industries. Now, I fight for injured workers.
If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411, Bothwell and Hamill.
Why is my internet slow? There's only 16 devices connected.
I'm so over this. My cable internet bill just increased again.
My upload speed is so bad, I can't even run a stream without buffering.
Defeat cable lag. Switch to Ziply Fiber, America's fastest home internet. 25 times faster uploads. $65 less a month than cable. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply.
Audiologist Jennifer Wright is now caring for patients of all ages at Prosser Ear, Nose, and Throat Center. Her services include audiological evaluations, hearing aid fittings, pediatric testing, cochlear implants, and more. The effects of hearing loss can often be minimized with the correct diagnoses and proper treatment. To schedule an appointment with audiologist Jennifer Wright, call Prosser Ear, Nose, and Throat Center at 509-786-5599 today. This is how we care.
Does shopping for bladder control products have you feeling like you need someone to be on the lookout for you? Now you have your privacy back. We're HDIS, and we home deliver bladder control products directly to you. We're always on the lookout for you. You get free shipping in plain, unmarked boxes. So your private matters, stay private. We understand how you feel. For over 35 years, we've delivered bladder control products to millions of Americans, just like you. You don't have to worry about incontinence any longer. Call now for your free product sample pack and over $45 in money-saving coupons. At HDIS, we're always in stock. We carry all brands in hundreds of styles and sizes. You'll be sure to get what you need, guaranteed.
For your free sample pack with your free catalog and $45 in money-saving coupons and free product samples, call 800-257-0683. That's 800-257-0683.
The journey home can look a little different to everyone. That's why our expert technicians are here to make sure that wherever you feel at home, whether it's when you're hard at work, surrounded by loved ones, or cheering them on from the sidelines, you get there. Because we know a vehicle is really more than a vehicle. It's your way home.
Drive home in a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz with financing as low as 2.99%.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction. Some bath remodels just cover up water damage. Fact. Bathfitter inspects and cleans your current tub area, and we make any necessary repairs before installing our product for a watertight fit. Bathfitter installations are built to last, with a lifetime warranty to fit your expectations. Get the bath that fits you. Bathfitter. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
All right, welcome back. Apple Valley News Now and the Kennewick Police Department teamed up today to make a difference in the community. Thanks to the Bikes for Tykes campaign and a Kennewick community resource officer knowing that an 11-year-old boy's bike was recently stolen, the officer nominated the boy to receive a brand new bike that he can take to and from school. It was even decked out with his grandfather's name, who recently passed away. I had the privilege of being out there today as well. Well, on behalf of Apple Valley News Now, Young Hearts, and Bikes for Tykes, this right here is your new bike and helmet. Give it up.
Right, Jesus.
Yeah.
Woo! Well, my grandpa was a very special person for me. He treated me good. He always gave me love.
It's awesome. I'm super excited about it. I hope he loves it. I'm sure he will. It's going to be good for him because he does ride his bike to school every day. That's his transportation to school.
After the surprise, the 11-year-old and his younger brother got a tour of the inside of a Kennewick Police Department vehicle. Very cool.
That sounds like a great day for being 11.
Yeah, right? Probably one of his best days this year.
Well, hopefully so. Yeah. Now, if you're getting out to ride a bike this weekend, you're going to want to start early. You're going to want to hydrate.
Yeah, you know, it was still 90 degrees here in the Tri-Cities when we came on the air just after 8 o'clock. We're going to check back in with Stacy in just a moment.
But first, a big decision from the Supreme Court today. Their first ruling on Second Amendment rights in about 2 years.
This is Apple Valley News Now, prime time on your side.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to start this half hour with developing news from Arkansas tonight. 3 people are dead, 11 injured after a mass shooting at a small-town grocery store about an hour south of Little Rock. Officials say the victims' injuries range from non-life-threatening to critical. One woman who was in her car when the shooting happened described a very chaotic situation.
I heard like boom, boom, and then I looked and I thought it was fireworks. I seen a man with his groceries with some khaki shorts on and he just dropped back. And then I seen a man, he had, I think it was an AK, he had rounds and he was just shooting, like he was shooting. And I locked the door and I got real low.
Arkansas State Police say 2 officers were also shot while responding. They do have non-life-threatening injuries. The suspected shooter is now in custody. The FBI and the ATF are helping investigators try to determine what led up to the violence. Well, today the Supreme Court upheld a national gun control law protecting domestic violence survivors.
Yeah, this is the first Second Amendment case that the court has ruled on since the justices expanded gun rights 2 years ago. ABC's Christiane Cordero reports.
Today, the Supreme Court overwhelmingly decided people with domestic violence restraining orders against them cannot own a gun, and in doing so, sent a clear message to women like Lachey Crachan.
They listen to survivors. They listen to us. Because it's not a day, a minute, or a second that we don't think about it and we don't feel the pain.
Her ex-boyfriend shot her 5 times in 1996. All 5 bullets are still in her body. She says she wishes she got a restraining order against him at the time. In today's 8-1 opinion, Chief Justice John Roberts writes the laws in question confirm what common sense suggests. When an individual poses a clear threat of physical violence to another, the threatening individual may be disarmed. Justice Amy Coney Barrett wrote the concurring opinion saying the Second Amendment is not absolute.
She's right. We limit weapons. There are weapons that exist today that did not exist some 100, 200 years ago that have limitations on them.
In his dissent, Justice Clarence Thomas sided with Rahimi's argument that he could not be disarmed because only gun laws rooted in the nation's founding history and tradition can comply with the Second Amendment.
When you look at the statistics of women who have been killed by their partners, the numbers are alarming.
An abused woman is 5 times more likely to die from a domestic abuse situation if a gun is involved.
President Biden applauded today's ruling, saying it allows families to count on critical protections as they have for the past 3 decades. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Now, the state of Washington's gun control laws actually go a step farther. We have extreme risk protection orders here. That is commonly called a red flag law, and it means that a judge could order guns be taken away from someone if they are considered at risk of harming themselves or others.
We have a follow-up for you tonight. Pasco's Memorial Aquatic Park is set to reopen tomorrow after being closed for most of the week. Pasco Parks and Rec tonight says they have spent the time doing thorough safety reviews, including protocol sessions for all staff and reviewing systems.
And it is hot out there this evening, so let's just bask in a moment of mountain snow. The road to Artist Point officially reopened first thing this morning. This is out in the Cascades. This is actually a week earlier than we saw last year. Crews had to clear snow that's nearly 30 feet deep from the roadway. And there is still a lot of snow up there, despite what it feels like down here. Not everything is open yet, so do be prepared if you want to take a drive up there and take in the views. It looks nice.
It does. Now, Stacy, we are going to be seeing a warm up though locally. We've been talking about it all week.
We are going to see a warm up and we're going to see increasing winds. Look at our windmills tonight, not moving. That means the winds are very low. It's still warm outside though, 90 degrees and our feels like temp 86. Winds are light at 3, not enough to turn the cranks on those windmills. 8:52 is our sunset. We do have fire weather watch this weekend. We want to be very fire wise. We have that watch pretty much for our entire region this weekend. We're looking at winds 15 to 25, gusting up to 40 miles an hour, and humidity very low. That's all the recipe you need to spread wildfires rapidly. Increasing clouds, mild tonight. Look at the area, 50s and the low 60s all through the region. 58 tonight, pretty comfortable Tri-Cities as well as Yakima, 58 in Hermiston as well as Dayton. So temperatures pretty much the same all through the area. If you're heading out to cool desert nights tomorrow, plan accordingly because we'll be hitting the 90-degree temps close at noon, 89, 92 by 1 o'clock, 94 at 2 p.m. So if you're out, make sure you're covering yourself, wearing a hat, staying hydrated, wearing the sunblock, and just enjoy yourself. But be safe out there. Make sure you're drinking lots of water. So warm evening, temperatures near 100 on Saturday, extreme fire danger through the weekend. Those temperatures cool down next week, and I'll talk more about that coming up in my First Alert full weather forecast. Austin, Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacey. Well, we are feeling the heat here, but not nearly as much as some of the other parts of the country.
Yeah, ABC's Morgan Norwood has a look at the extreme and potentially dangerous heat wave moving east tonight.
The sweltering and dangerous heat tightening its grip on regions across the country, with more than 100 million under heat alerts.
Never been this hot in my entire life.
Schools closing early in Boston, beaches and pools opening ahead of schedule, and officials warning people to stay hydrated.
Nobody's immune to excessive heat.
In Washington, D.C., where the heat index topped 97 degrees, tourists seen using umbrellas to shield themselves from the blistering sun, some wiping away sweat, and others taking refuge in the shade. Philadelphia declaring a heat emergency, opening dozens of cooling centers, but city workers still pushing through the heat.
That sun is beaming.
In Tucson, these shipping containers repurposed as cooling shelters.
There is no relief when you're out on the streets like that. There is none.
And in Buffalo, students taking final exams frustrated after they say their classrooms didn't have air conditioning. The district now says it's inspecting their facilities.
When you're trying to sit there and think and process, and then you got the heat, it just drains you.
The extreme temperatures disrupting train services from New York to D.C. Amtrak suspending service for hours due to a malfunctioning circuit breaker. And when service finally resumed, trains operating under 35 miles per hour due to the extreme heat expanding tracks, and a brush fire in New Jersey impacting trains there.
The train turned off and we were stuck on the tracks for I think maybe an hour or two with no air conditioning.
I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Heat, by the way, is not considered a natural disaster as far as the federal government is concerned, but there's a petition filed this week by multiple groups across the country to change that so FEMA funding could be used to respond to extreme heat events. So, Melissa.
Well, it's not just the heat. We're also seeing flooding in areas from Texas all the way up to Minnesota. This is video from Minnesota earlier today. Heat plus floodwaters like this means just one thing: mosquitoes. And the CDC actually considers mosquitoes the world's deadliest animal because of the diseases they carry. The experts say a lot of that risk depends on where you are and your personal health factors.
There are certain groups, such as immunocompromised individuals, elderly and young individuals, that are at higher risk. Warmer areas closer to the equator tend to have more mosquitoes, which then tends to have more transmission possibilities.
And of course, ways to protect against mosquito bites: keep your skin covered while you're outdoors if you can, and do be sure to get rid of any standing water around your home.
Well, another scary incident in the skies, this one rattling nerves on the ground as well.
Yeah, a passenger plane came flying in alarmingly low over a Midwestern neighborhood. Nobody seems to know why. Laura Aguirre has the latest.
This is Southwest Airlines Flight 4069 over Yukon, Oklahoma Wednesday, about 9 miles from the airport in Oklahoma City. Just after midnight local time, air traffic control warned the pilots of a low altitude alert, asking the crew, "You good out there?" according to liveatc.net. Tracking data from Flight Radar 24 reveals that the jet, which took off from Las Vegas, came within 525 feet of the ground before climbing briefly and then safely landing. The FAA confirmed in a statement Thursday that it's investigating the incident. Southwest Airlines says it's working with the agency to understand and address any irregularities with the aircraft's approach to the airport. It's the second frightening descent by a Southwest jet since April, when a flight landing in Hawaii went as low as 400 feet above the ocean before climbing after an aborted landing attempt. The jets involved in both cases are Boeing 737 models, and while the cause of these two descents has not been determined, they come as Boeing is mired in previous safety and quality control mishaps. The company's CEO faced harsh bipartisan criticism on Capitol Hill Tuesday.
This hearing is a moment of reckoning.
You don't recognize the Boeing that has airplanes falling out of the sky?
Our culture is far from perfect, but we are taking action and we are making progress.
Southwest tried to assure the flying public after Wednesday's incident, saying nothing is more important than the safety of their customers and employees. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Now, the Department of Justice has recently accused Boeing of breaking the agreement that let the company avoid criminal charges after the deadly 737 MAX crashes. But the New York Times now reports the feds are considering letting Boeing avoid prosecution. We'll keep you updated. And the state of New York created 2 new laws this week, putting strict new limits on how social media apps can interact with children and teens.
Yeah, the idea is to make these apps less addictive. The first law requires apps to just show content to kids in chronological order, instead of letting an algorithm recommend an endless stream of posts they might like. The second limits notifications to young users at times when they should be sleeping. Now the question is going to be, will the law hold up? Some opponents say it would infringe on teens' constitutional rights.
Not just get outdoors. Just
I
get
agree.
outdoors.
I agree.
It's a good time
Throw
for that.
these away.
But you are going to need to do some careful planning if you do that this weekend, because we are talking about the chance of 100 degrees coming up.
Wow. And if you have seen something in the Ellensburg community that you think you can fix with a little cash, we've got some good news for you. That's next on Apple Valley News Now, Prime Time.
Newscasts anytime with Apple Valley Plus on Roku, Apple Fire, and smart TVs.
Trucks, and more trucks at the Auto Lot. Check this out, 2017 F-150 XLT V8 4x4 for only $16.95. Wow, that's a deal. Or how about this 2023 Jeep Denali, low miles, only had 12,000 miles. Or how about this 2019 Sierra Elevation? Make your neighbors jealous with this beautiful Sierra 4x4. Now this is a deal, 2012 F-350 Super Duty lifted 4x4 turbo diesel for only $21,995. And look at this 2013 Toyota Crew Max Platinum loaded from top to bottom 4x4 and more. Don't miss out. Visit us at AutoLotNW.com.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
Reach out to NeuroStim TMS today and rediscover the light and joy in your life.
Hanging lights is really hard work and takes too much time. Introducing the Star Shower Ultra 9 Laser Light Show. Now with an incredible 9 different decorative light patterns for you to choose from that immerse your entire home with thousands of spectacular lights. You can select red and green lights that move like shooting stars, or instead have your lights blinking, or choose twinkling stillness. Star Shower has an automatic light sensor that will turn it on at night and off in the morning. Plus, it's weather resistant and can withstand freezing temperatures. Call or go online now to order Star Shower Ultra 9 for just $29.99 and ask about how to get the Star Shower remote. All it takes is the press of a button to change all 9 functions. Star Shower sells out every single year, so this year there's a strict limit of 3 per order. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now.
Call 1-800-617-3097 or visit ultra9.com. So call 1-800-617-3097 or visit ultra9.com now.
Hard work, perseverance, courage. These are the attributes of a champion. A lifetime of success starts here at the Children's Developmental Center. Every child needs a champion. Support our mission of empowering families and improving children's lives. Join us for our fundraiser, Summer Cuisine at Terra Blanca, presented by Country Financial. Will you be one of our champions?
Gloria got gear for the great outdoors. Charles chose a charity. What would you do with extra cash? The Department of Revenue returns missing money to Washingtonians every day. Easily find and claim yours at claimyourcash.org.
Welcome back. The city of Ellensburg is now accepting applications for grants for several programs to fund projects set to be complete in 2025. Over $18,500 is now available for projects to address community needs. Another $18,500 for capital projects to improve city parks, trails, open space, and recreation facilities. $10,000 to improve and protect local surface water quality. over $18,500 available for historic preservation efforts, and up to $2,500 for groups and $1,000 for individuals to expand local arts programs and performances.
It's exciting because it gives us an opportunity to have community members, get involved and get projects funded for community things they want to see.
You can apply online on the city's website. The deadline for all 5 grant programs is August the 30th. A brand new playground for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Benton and Franklin counties held their ribbon cutting ceremony this week. The Kiwanis Club of Kennewick helped fundraise and build the playground with the Boys and Girls Club to create this brand new play area. You can find the Kiwanis Playground at the Boys and Girls Club Clubhouse. That's the Erks family branch over at 910 West 7th Place in Kennewick.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Well, we had the Stanley Cup earlier. We've got Dust Devil baseball, and we have car shows going on. So a busy night already here at Apple Valley News. 90 degrees outside. Winds are light at 3 miles per hour. And the game, I can't quite see the scoreboard. I'm not sure who's winning that right now. But great night to be sitting out in Dust Devil Stadium. They're having a game tomorrow night. If you're going to that, it's going to be very hot, so dress accordingly. But thank goodness for the shade screen. That keeps everything cool. We're still in the 70s and 80s in the Yakima-Kittitas Valley. 90 degrees, Tri-Cities, 80s elsewhere in the Columbia Basin and foothills of the Blues. Ridge of high pressure. This guy's moving in. It's going to be planted right on top of us. That's going to keep us hot and dry with that high pressure sitting right overhead. Things will start to change, though, as we move into our Sunday. We've got this cold front moving in. That's going to cause those winds to pick up, temperatures to drop slightly, and increase fire danger because low humidity still in our region on the east slopes or the east side of the Cascade Mountains. Here's temperatures looking like tonight. We're in the 50s and 60s. Not too bad outside, looking pretty good. Pretty mild overall. Tomorrow, hottest day of the weekend, and we're going to see temperatures teetering just below 100, but we could actually inch up. We have about a 30% chance of reaching 100 degrees tomorrow. We're going to be nice and hot all through the area, and more than likely the winds will stay down. Now, to plan your day out, here's your graph to show you what temperatures are looking like at different times of the day. We'll already be at 90 degrees by 1 o'clock in the afternoon in the Tri-Cities. Looking into Yakima, very warm, similar warm up there. 80s by 10 a.m. and 90s by 1 o'clock. In Hermiston, warm, dry, hot. Good chance we could possibly hit 100 there as well. You'll see those temperatures in the 80s by 10, 90s by 1. And in Walla Walla, just not quite as warm, but still pretty warm out there. 80s, 88, just under 90 by noon, hitting 90 degrees by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So a couple of things to keep in mind. Get your outdoor activities done early. For instance, walking the dog. Keep yourself hydrated. Make sure your little ones are hydrated and everybody's wearing sunscreen if you're going to be outdoors. Check on your elderly neighbors, and for those that have to work outside or doing events outside, make sure you have shade and you're drinking lots of water. We also have a fire watch going on in pretty much our entire region. That's due to the low humidity levels, those strong gusty winds with gusts up to 40 miles per hour. So home safety for fire season. If you haven't done it yet, get rid of that dead vegetation, remove the flammable materials, trim trees, clean the gutters out. Make sure you're watering that lawn, and take a moment to do a little stargazing tonight. With clear skies, you'll be able to see June's strawberry full moon. It's been kind of hanging out the last couple of nights, but it is actually full tonight. 7-day planner in Yakima, breezy and those gusty winds coming in on Sunday. Look at the little cool down though, from 95 back to the 80s, and then we'll start to climb up briefly midweek and then fall right back down into the 70s and 80s. It's it's a trend. We've been seeing a temperature roller coaster for the whole spring and now apparently into summer. There's those warm temperatures. Tri-Cities going to be nice and hot outside. Walla Walla, here's what your next 7 days are looking like. Mostly sunny skies. Things will change and start to drop off later next week. And in Hermiston, it's going to be a hot one. Again, good potential of possibly hitting 100 with gusty winds and high fire danger going into the weekend. But a little bit of a cool down, a little bit of a break coming in Monday and Tuesday. So still to come, got your viewer photo of the day. Austin?
All right, Stacy, thank you. That roller coaster continues. Mortgage interest rates are down on average, but prices are going up. We're talking numbers next on Apple Valley News Now, Prime Time.
Researching childhood vaccines often feels like this.
When T lymphocytes recognize antigens,
They're lying to us. Vaccines are just another plot to make money.
The most important thing parents should know about vaccines is...
Accept my cookies. Sign up for the newsletter. Sorry, you've reached your free article limit.
There's a simpler way to get answers. Visit vaccinesmartwa.org.
Here's to feeling at home on mountain trails, playing by the river all day, exploring your favorite off-beaten paths and terrains, or simply savoring your favorite foods. Here's to Subaru season. Experience all our hometown summers have to offer with the new Subaru Outback from McCurley Subaru. Your way home.
Get a new Subaru Outback from McCurley Subaru today with 2.9% financing.
Why is my internet slow?
There's only 16 devices connected.
I'm so over this. My cable internet bill just increased again.
My upload speed is so bad, I can't even run a stream without buffering.
Defeat cable lag. Switch to Ziply Fiber, America's fastest home internet. 25 times faster uploads. $65 less a month in cable. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply.
Vegas action is closer than you think. The fun is waiting for you at Nob Hill Casino. Come in and pull up a chair at your choice of blackjack, pai gow, heads up hold'em, or high card flush, and play with the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club to take your game to the next level and earn rewards for food, bowling, prizes, and cash. There's always a spot for you at Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Hard work, perseverance, courage. These are the attributes of a champion. A lifetime of success starts here at the Children's Developmental Center. Every child needs a champion. Support our mission of empowering families and improving children's lives. Join us for our fundraiser, Summer Cuisine at Terra Blanca, presented by Country Financial. Will you be one of our champions?
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
A health alert tonight after years of working to trim down the flavor options available for electronic cigarettes or vapes. The FDA now going in the other direction. Today, the FDA authorized the first menthol-flavored e-cigarettes for adults. They're hoping that this new option will help people quit smoking. The brand of e-cigarettes that has just been authorized by the FDA is owned by the same company that sells Marlboro cigarettes. We should also point out that the FDA authorized is a step below FDA approved, and officials say people who don't smoke should not be trying menthol vapes.
In your consumer headlines this evening, a mixed bag for the real estate market. Freddie Mac says mortgage rates have fallen for 3 weeks in a row. The average for a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is now 6.87%. However, new data shows existing homes for sale in America are the most expensive they have ever been. The National Association of Realtors says nationwide prices have been going up for 11 months in a row. Median prices just hit a new record high, more than $419,000. Wow.
All right, well, temperatures are also going up. We're going to take a look at that and your viewer picture of the day when we come right back.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
Reach out to NeuroStim TMS today and rediscover the light and joy in your life.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Here at Grocery Outlet, we want to help you find name brand bargains for your family. To do that, you need to be able to buy more groceries for less money. The problem is, prices keep going up, which means less bang for your buck. At Grocery Outlet, we believe you should be able to buy the name brand products you love at prices you can afford.
Wow.
Shop us first and get the name brand products your family loves for less.
Grocery Outlet Bargain Market.
Our 4th of July mattress event is on at Sleepmore inside More Furniture. Save on premium mattress brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. For a limited time, you'll get a free bedding bundle gift, including 2 Tempur-Pedic pillows, a sheet set, and a mattress protector, all with the latest cooling technology. And right now, you can also take advantage of our 72-month interest-free financing. Visit your local showroom or shop all July 4th specials online at morefurniture.com.
If your family is anything like this, you need quality floors from Empire today. Like durable carpet with built-in stain and pet protection. Tough wood laminate with a scratch-resistant finish. Or waterproof vinyl plank floors. Even bath time is no match. And when life happens, Empire backs every floor with great warranties. Quality floors you can count on. Save $350 on your next project. Call this special number now.
1-844-254-8536.
Celebrate Independence Day the Tri-Cities way. The River of Fire Festival is back Thursday, July 4th. It's a blast with something for everyone. Free admission and free parking. Kids Zone, Food Truck Alley, plus live music on 2 stages. Park entrance closes at 9 p.m. and the legendary River of Fire fireworks show starts at 10. The River of Fire, presented by Giza Credit Union and these sponsors. The annual River of Fire 2024, Thursday, July 4th.
Newscasts anytime with Apple Valley Plus on Roku, Apple Fire, and smart TVs.
All right, with the weather heating up, a lot of families will be headed to the water. It is important to make sure your kids are protected. Tomorrow, coastal stores will be giving away free life jackets for kids 12 and under. That starts at 11 a.m. and they will have a limited supply to give away, so you may want to get there early.
I like that. And you know what? Even if you're a good swimmer, and you decide to jump in the river, the air temperature is going to be so warm, and that's going to be cold. It's kind of shocking, and you'll take your breath away, and I think that's how some accidents happen. So be safe out there. Get those free life jackets, and I know a lot of people are going to be heading out to the water. First, let's take a look at our weather photo before we go tonight. Alan likes to take walks and take photos of weather. So thanks, Alan, for sharing. If you want to get your photo on the air, just like Alan, snap that QR code on the right side of your screen, or simply go to applevalleyNewsNow.com, click on the weather tab, and that's where you can load your photo. Let's plan your day. Tomorrow, it's a warm one. Look at that, 8 o'clock in the morning, already in the 70s all across our region. Close to 90 degrees by noon. All of us will be in the 90-degree temperature zones by 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So fairly early. Stay hydrated. Keep the sunscreen on. Make sure your little ones are drinking a lot of fluids because they lose their fluids quicker than we do as adults. So here's a quick peek at your 7-day planning forecast. The temperature roller coaster continues. We're up, we're down, we're up, we're down. I don't know. It's been a thing for several weeks. But look for those strong gusty winds developing late Saturday into Sunday, elevating fire danger through the entire region. So be fire wise.
We did already see that earlier today.
We did see that.
Thanks, Stacey, and thank you so much for watching. You can always find the latest on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. We're back tonight at 11.
Have a great weekend.